Ladies and gentlemen, wow. And for some reason, I was anticipating an intro.
Yeah, remember we don't have an AFC East Roundtable one.
Yeah, we do. For the love of God, don't play that one. Don't
well,
run that.
Dan, you wanted an intro. You asked for it. The AFC East intro.
No.
You asked for it, Dan. I mean,
it's all right. Listen, it's funny because we had that promo for Fourth and Forever that we typically play at the end of the episode. I would love one of those, very similar style to the AFC East. It's funny since we've birthed this company, we have launched a massive X, Instagram, and TikTok brand overnight, but we've been talking about an intro for the AFC East Roundtable for 5 years.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know what that's all about. You know what I mean?
I'll get on it. I will get on it. I think there should be a specific intro for every single show that we create on Roundtable Sports because we're building something special, folks. Welcome to the AFC East Roundtable. We are excited to announce something that we are doing officially here at Roundtable Sports tonight. And the unique thing about it, it has nothing to do with the AFC East Roundtable. It's a different division, but we just want to let you guys know because we love you guys. And I know some of you guys want to be, hopped on, but tuned in, but we're doing some things. So let's open it up. TD, how you doing tonight?
It's a beautiful night, man. I just love coming on camera, with you guys who represent the AFC East, especially being the top dog in the AFC East with the Dolphins. It's just a pleasure to hang out with you guys and your inferior team. Kudos.
The delusion's back, baby.
Nah, it ain't back. Kobe, this is the year. And you know what? We got a whole new attitude in Miami in OTA.
One of these years, TD, you're going to be right. One of these years, you're going to be right. You say it every year. One of these times, it's got to happen.
Keep saying it until it's just
Listen, Richie, you frozen. Just like Justin Fields going to be whenever he's seeing goats.
Why am I frozen, bro?
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. I'm excited. Listen, I really want to see what's going on in the division, though. I want to know what's going on from y'all teams. So I can't wait to hear tonight to see if we've surpassed y'all based off of y'all reports. But be honest, don't try to sell your team more than they are, Kobe.
But the cool thing is, that is what the AFC East Roundtable is.
Whoa, that side profile of Richie, man. I like. Yeah,
I hear what's going on in New England.
Nothing but vibes, baby. Nothing but vibes. That's what's happening. That's what's happening
all day.
Guys, we got a new thing here, Tony.
Yeah, you know why.
Hug
Mr. Matt, Richie.
Who's Mr. Matt?
Wow. Richie childhood bear that he still sleep with.
Hey, he had a bear, bro. He's a baseball.
It's a bear.
Oh shit! You used to have that when you were a kid, Richie? No, I never had this I never had this. I just got this. But Mr. Met as a mascot, I grew up, The Mets was actually a fun fact about me. The first team I fell in love with as a sports fan was the Mets.
20 years.
Look at Jets fan you are.
Look at that, man.
What do you mean? The Jets for second, and the Knicks.
They got to be your first love, Rich. They got to be your first love. We're on the
I love them all equally. It's just the baseball is my first love.
Come on, everybody. Every parent has a kid they love more.
And by the way, the Mets are the best team in baseball. By the way, so shout out to the Mets fans in the chat.
That's funny you say that, Kobe. Every parent has a kid they love. I never believed in that. I loved all my kids the same until my daughter was born. My newborn daughter. Yeah, she the favorite. So
is it really different? Like you have a girl and she just you just feel different about her.
Oh, the rest of them just their own personalities now. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they just molded together.
Baby girl, yeah, she everything. My wife jealous of her, so yeah.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's right.
Damn.
Well, that's what makes the AFC East Roundtable unique, folks, is that we get to talk about the AFC East. We get to give you all the news you need about mandatory minicamp across all four of our teams in the AFC East Roundtable. So, folks, do us a solid favor. Simply hit the like button on your way into the show. This is a weekly show every Wednesday night on the AFC East Roundtable. We love you guys, so let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Oh, Lino TV, can we keep it a buck? Them Dolphins ain't winning nothing again this year. Well, right when we're about to get into mandatory minicamp, Lino TV hits us.
Hold on, is Lino going to the Lino with the Bills, ain't he?
Yeah, he's not coming.
Yeah, he going to the event?
He's not coming to the event.
Yeah, he knew it.
TD, there's an announcement about the event. Do you remember? about the event, the Buffalo event? You wanted to about the remember?
Oh yes. So yes. Do you have it up, Richie?
Have what?
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you all already know, the Buffalo Bills Miami Dolphins event that's going to be taking place this year with AFC East Roundtable in Buffalo is officially sold out. So unfortunately, those who still wanted to come, you're not going to be able to witness the Dolphins domination unless there may be an opportunity. So let me explain. There are 8 people who have already put deposits in. Everything else has been paid in full. We have reached out to those 8 individuals who put a deposit in. And I think we emailed you all and gave you a specific date to at least at a minimum either pay the remaining balance or make another installment for the actual event. Okay. Now, on the deadline date, which is about a week or so from now, if they aren't able to, we may be able to open up their ticket for the general public. So all those people who are emailing, hey, is there any other tickets? Do you have any more? I want to go. I want 2. I want 3. We may be able to open it up if any of those individuals do not provide, another installment or pay it off. So stay tuned for that. But those who put deposits down, we've already collected for almost everyone. There's only 8 people left that has a deposit in already that have to pay either the remaining balance or the additional amount as another installment, because we don't want to be stuck with tickets at the very end where they weren't paid off. All right. So we've held the spot for you all, but do your part, but make sure you're putting your either installment or paying it in full. So for those who want to go still, hit us up via email and make sure that you put yourself on the wait list. Okay. Because who knows, a few may come available. Just FYI, okay? And as many Dolphin fans as possible, put yourself on that wait list so you can witness this smackdown for the last time in that old raggedy stadium.
I'm excited for that.
And Bills fans, come through as well. You can witness the loss in the stadium, so it'll be pretty dope.
New stadium looks nice though, Dan. I'll tell you that.
That
new stadium looking nice.
So that new stadium is looking nice. It's coming together. I'm excited for.
I'm excited for next year's event already in the new stadium.
Oh yeah, week 1 when we hang that Super Bowl banner. Oh yeah, when we hang that Super Bowl banner in the brand new stadium, it's gonna hit.
Yeah, man. Another AFC Championship banner, baby. Let's go.
If y'all hang a new banner in the stadium in the first year, the league rigged. They trying to
dude. Hey, listen, you know what, man? Say that it is rigged. I feel like it's our turn. All right, it's our turn to benefit from the rigging. Okay. That would be ideal.
It is true. I'm not going to lie. Like, if there was a team in the NFL that is on the verge of winning, but haven't yet, that deserves it, I honestly think it's the Bills, as much as it pains me to say.
Yeah, it's the Commanders, man.
See, here's the deal, Richie. The league punished the Jets this year, didn't they?
No.
They punished y'all with the primetime schedule. They punished you all because you weren't delivering when they gave you prime times. Right?
Oh, that's what you mean by punish. Yeah. We're all 1 o'clock, baby.
Exactly. They set things up for you to shine, and you didn't deliver, so they punished you this year. The Bills, they've been done with the Bills. They done set them up in the Super Bowl, and they just the league don't even care no more. They don't care about helping the Bills no more. It's over for y'all. Enjoy your Josh Allen.
Enjoy your Josh Allen.
That's it. Y'all gonna be like the Dolphins of the 90s. And we got Dan Marino. That's all you're gonna enjoy. You're gonna enjoy Josh Allen was a great quarterback of all time, and that's all you're gonna live off of. 20 years later, you're gonna be like, we had
80 disagrees with that assessment, Richie. I don't know, Dan. You don't agree with me?
Oh, no. 110%, man. Like, honestly, I would say that there's 2 teams that I feel like deserve it the most. It's Buffalo on the AFC side, and then I'd say the Lions are probably next as far as like on the cusp. Like both teams,
I don't know, man.
Like both really teams that haven't had a Super Bowl championship, like haven't raised a Lombardi. I feel like you have to look at the teams that have never won one, or when it comes into deservedness, right? A city that's gone through a lot of pain, from just going through the 17-year drought that hurt, but nowhere near compared to some of the playoff heartbreaks we've experienced.
Self-inflicted.
But hey, you know what, man? Listen, it's great that we're talking about mini camp because while it is a glorified shirt and shorts Olympics or a t-shirt and shorts Olympics, and I always tell people, like, when I'm like breaking down what happens at camp, a lot of people are like, damn, like, who are the standouts? And I'm not sure about you guys, and the only way to draw any sort of conclusion is exclusively on the quarterback, the corners, and wide receivers. Like, you can't like say how the trenches are looking. You can't say how the run game is looking. And even trying to draw a conclusion on a quarterback is also very difficult as well because they're not experiencing any pressure. So this is very largely just knocking the rust off and seeing what sort of athleticism you have in the skill position players that are out there on both sides of the ball. But I still feel like that, and there is certain things to be excited about. In fact, I kind of want to start off with the New England Patriots because all I remembered hearing was a few days ago where Drake May ended up throwing 3 picks, and have no fear because Josh Allen threw 3 picks yesterday. All right.
He did.
Nobody did Brock Purdy.
Oh, not me.
Brock
Drake
Purdy.
May's
And
the
Brock
next Josh
Purdy
Allen.
threw 3 picks yesterday.
Josh Allen threw 3?
Yeah, he threw 3 yesterday. Yeah.
Yep, the decline here. It started.
Dude, how did I know you're going to go in that direction? Colby, biggest takeaways from mandatory minicamp from the New England Patriots. Talk to me.
Yeah, I think you got to be an absolute bum to actually get on a quarterback for throwing interceptions in a spring practice. Oh my God, it's like it's a game. Like, bro, there's no contact. Like, do people not understand that right now these quarterbacks are just trying to see what they can get away with? They're trying to see, is this the type of throw that I can make as we transition to the NFL season? Can I fit this in a tight window? Can I test this defensive back? That's literally what these practices are for. It's crazy that you guys are laughing because that's exactly what these practices are made for. And the players say that themselves. So you can laugh about it, but that's what these practices are known to be. So yes, the big narrative around day one of OTAs was that Drake May threw 3 interceptions, but he bounced back because he did not throw a single interception in practice. He did not turn the ball over until the final day of mandatory minicamp. So from what's been reported from the media themselves, Drake May has actually done really, really well. It was, I want to say, day 1 of minicamp where he went 14 of 18. So he's bouncing back. He's looking good in the pocket. He's looking good with the pressure. The biggest concern for the Patriots is still that offensive line, though. We can't really say what this is. We can't really say what this isn't because with the trenches, no contact is allowed. So again, who's really winning reps? We don't know. But from what's reported, Drake May would have been sacked about 2 times on day 1 of minicamp. He would have been sacked about 2 times on day 2 of minicamp, but he's still doing pretty good with escaping the pocket, escaping the pressure, extending plays, throwing his passes on time, throwing his passes with accuracy. And that's what you want to see. Over the last 2 years, through OTAs, through minicamp, through training camp, the defense won every single practice. But what we're seeing is that narrative is switching a little bit. Even with how good this defense is projected to be, with all the offseason additions that they've made, having a second team all-pro cornerback in Christian Gonzalez this past year, there's days where the offense is winning, there's days where the defense is winning. And from what the media is saying, you just see that this offense is getting more and more comfortable as time goes on. As you see the second team all-pro defensive back there, Christian Gonzalez, looking for another big year here. So overall, look, the Patriots, that offense, it's rolling. You know what? We're gonna find a jet clip to troll Richie when the time comes when he's like, "Oh my God, guys, look at the aura for Justin Fields. It's a great helmet. Let's go."
I actually do have a clip for the Jets when it's the Jets' turn.
Keep that up, Richie.
When it's the Jets' turn, we can keep it on up.
Please keep playing it, Richie.
Nonetheless, these wide receivers out here are making a name for themselves. Stephon Diggs is looking pretty good. He's looking like he's actually going to be a go for week 1, which is absolute huge news for the Patriots. Efton Chisholm, he was targeted in the final day of OTAs 7 times, and he pulled in every reception. This UDFA wide receiver has not dropped a single pass. Looks like he could be that next small white slot receiver for the New England Patriots. Julian Edelman, Wes Welker.
The small really white wide receiver.
That's what they're iconic for. But it seems like Josh McDaniels is really coming in here. He's setting the narrative, and this team is just looking different. I mean, the vibes are high New England. These guys are getting lit. These guys are having fun, but it's not just the vibes. The energy is high. The intensity is high. In fact, there's times where Mike Vrabel and his coaching staff, they have to go to the players and yell at them to stop being so competitive. That's how motivated this team is right now. I'm excited for it.
I just got one question though, Kobe. You said this is the time where guys are just the quarterbacks are out there trying to see what they can get away with, right?
Yeah.
Did that pick look like it was a let me see what I can get away with?
That looked like it was a one-on-one. Go back to the clip.
Like he overthrew the guy by 6 feet, and Gonzo looked like a receiver.
So first off, he threw the ball to Kyle Williams, which is a rookie wide receiver. Next off, they're not even in 7-on-7s. That wasn't even team drills. He threw an interception, which wasn't even in team drills. Like, what am I supposed to be upset about?
Like, he just threw the ball about he's trying to, test himself. Like that's just throwing to the defense.
You want to know what happened there? He wanted to see, is Kyle Williams the type of wide receiver that can go up and get a contested catch? That's what he wanted to see.
He wanted to see that already.
So all right. So in all seriousness,
the fact that y'all are out here though getting on a guy for throwing an interception in practice to a second All-Pro quarterback, and you're like, oh, all of a sudden he's cooked the upcoming season because in a spring practice he turned the ball over. Y'all a bunch of noobs.
It's because that's what TD can regularly celebrate. Is practice, like good practices.
It's the Jets fans.
Right? Like he can't celebrate like quality November, December football.
Yeah, let's get
like
Josh
he can't
Allen
like celebrate wins against good teams. So don't blame
you don't
him.
even have a defensive back that can make that catch.
You see what you do? See, this is what I be talking about. This is where it's a shame. This is a shame and a travesty. Every time somebody talking to Mr. Patriot down here making excuses, Buffalo Bills got to hop in and act like they the big brothers and defend. And then whenever somebody talking to the Bills, Kobe got to jump in and defend the Buffalo. See, this is sad. This is sad.
It's been a running joke. Like Bills and Patriots representative on this show historically have always been allies.
Why?
I've realized that. I don't know. It's not planned. It's just kind of how it is. Right?
It's usually the first and last place team, so it's pretty normal.
It's
look like we're gonna be right.
The Jets this year, last place.
It's all right. Listen,
it's first and last the last 2 years.
So Patriots fans watching this,
it makes total sense. Basement in the top.
So by the way, Patriots fans in the chat, please let yourselves be known. If you want to be plugged in on everything that happens with the Patriots, I highly suggest you go follow both of our accounts on X and also on Instagram, Patriots Roundtable. Look at that, man. Pat's Roundtable at Pat's Roundtable. You can go ahead and follow that account. Brand new, have some interns running that where they end up reposting a bunch of clips, some quality engaging.
This was posted 5 minutes ago.
It was posted 5 minutes ago. Who the hell posted that? Who did it? Was it one of our interns?
Hold on.
Shout out to the intern.
Hold on. It asked the question. How many what?
This one. What about this one?
Or this one?
Oh.
Pop Douglas, will he have 1,000 yards? Pop Douglas will have about 700. If healthy.
We'll respond to it then, man. We need Patriots Global to help out, bro.
Oh, now you want my opinion. Okay, Mr. Richie.
Yeah, who's that for?
No, yeah, I'll get to it. That's all pro Gonzo.
That's
the best cornerback in the division. What you mean?
All pro Gonzo.
All right. Cornerback in the division. It was better than Sauce last year. That's statistically a
so you're testing our alliance.
His better season last year didn't even sniff how good Sauce was his first 2 years. So we got a long way to go, buddy.
First 2 years, I don't care about what he was. I care about what he is. And statistically, Gonzo was better. So that's a fact.
So making a transition.
Yeah, Sauce Gardner graded the best.
Over to the Buffalo Bills.
Find me one list that has Gonzo above Sauce, and then get back to me.
So we want to go off of lists, right? Not facts.
We're going off analytics. We're going off people that get paid to do these lists. We're going off an analyst, that's looking at objective stats. We're looking at an objective list instead of your bias list.
Let me go look up real quick. Jets fan talking about bias is crazy.
Well, Colby, this is where I want you to prove me. Find me a list. Can I talk? Find me a list. I can't. Every time I talk, you're talking, so I can't.
Go ahead.
Find me a list where Christian Gonzalez is above Sauce Gardner, and then get back to me. That's all I'm saying, because these people get paid. They get paid to look at the facts objectively and make these lists. So and Sauce is above Gonzo in every single one.
You're telling me every analyst that goes out there and makes a list is correct because they're paid to do so. So the stats. So
if not every single one's correct, find me one that has it right.
But their opinion. So you're telling me,
go find me one that has it right. Then
their opinion is a fact rather than the facts actually being a fact.
Kobe,
so you're telling me I should trust a biased Patriots fan over people that get paid in the NFL?
A biased Patriots fan. A Patriots fan has nothing to do with this. I'm telling you.
You're the Patriots fan that's claiming this.
I'm telling you, and you're a Jets fan saying that Sauce is better.
And every single NFL and analyst says the same. Every single person in the NFL says the same.
Last year, Christian Gonzalez was a better quarterback than Sauce Gardner. That is
like there's nothing that backs your claim.
Guys, let's be honest. Gonzo is better than Sauce. Gonzo is better than Sauce.
That is a fact.
Let's just be honest here.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, it literally is backed up by facts that Christian Gonzalez in 2024 was a better quarterback. That the point blank.
Okay, if that's what you want to hang your hat on, Christian Gonzalez's season last year still doesn't even sniff the capability of Sauce Gardner.
All right, guys, you're right. The stats don't matter. But some analysts' preferred list.
It's not some analysts. It's all.
So let's remember. So let's remember that Sauce Gardner has the exact same interceptions as DeMar Hamlin. So they are tied in interceptions. So let's remember that.
How many flags he allowed last year too? How many times he holding?
Let the haters hate.
Richie, it's okay that Sauce isn't the best, Richie.
All right.
Okay.
But he is.
Hey, you know what? I pulled up. Oh, wow.
Stormed up.
Oh, no.
Stormed up. Y'all get ready.
Hold up. I want to sync my league. I want to pull this up real fast. All right, listen. I'm about to share my screen real fast, Richie. So we can go to the right scene real fast. Hopefully this locks it in. Here, hold on. Let me lock this in. 3 of 3 experts choose Christian Gonzalez.
What website is this? Damn.
Found a list for you, buddy.
Damn.
Is this like a coded AI? Like, hey,
no, Richie, you're the last one to know, Richie. You're the last one to know.
What website is this?
It's called Fantasy Pros, bro.
Hey, put Storm Duck in there, Dan.
Yo, he did it to himself. Oh God, that's crazy.
Storm Duck.
Who's Storm Duck?
That's a real player. I can't believe that's a real player, man. Like that's a name you would see if like
y'all gonna learn who it is
this
year.
So we're basing it off of a website called Fantasy Pros. All right, Christian Gonzalez is better, folks.
Should we back it up by stats too? Christian Gonzalez, his completion percentage was 50.9, second in the NFL behind Derek Stingley. He was tied for first with Stingley in yards per allowed per target with 5.7.
So one thing I'll say, right? I do actually like all of the corners in the AFC East, at least the CB ones, right?
Yeah.
Don't sleep on damn Christian Benford going out there.
Didn't one of y'all get hurt today?
I agree.
Mr. Benford is in there.
I think he's a top 10 corner.
Noise. Do you?
Yeah. Top 10, top 15. I think there's 3 corners in the AFC East that is going to finish top 10 this year.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Yeah, most definitely.
3 in the top 5. You think Benford is going to be top 5?
Yeah, I mean, this is the time. This is the time for hot takes. I think Buffalo's pass rush got better, which will help Benford.
I hope so. I hope so, man. And so we've been looking for a damn pass rush since McDermott got in the building. All right, we have Glenn coming in. I have a question for Richie. I've been hearing that Wilson was baking out on practice. My question is, where is Sauce? Why is he not covering Wilson?
So Garrett Wilson is getting utilized all over the field, and all the reporters are breaking down who's guarding who. And there was a play that happened where Garrett Wilson got a catch on Sauce, but Sauce made sure that Garrett Wilson knew that he tackled him before the first down, and it was a 3rd down. So, like, there's no instances where he's getting beat up by Sauce. It's more Garrett Wilson just eating up. Like, they're using it, and we're going to get to, whenever we get to the Jets, I'll show you the clip of a catch that Garrett Wilson made. And there's a reason why I want to show you this clip of Garrett Wilson. And I'm wearing a shirt, too. The Roundtable Sports merch. Shout out. Air Wilson. He's legit. And I want to make my whole thing about Garrett Wilson. I'm going to highlight one individual when we get to the Jets because this guy is off the charts right now, Garrett Wilson. But, yeah, he's just torching this Jets team. He's just that good. It's practice, but he's proved it in games the last 3 years as well.
Who's better, Diggs or Garrett Wilson?
Right now?
Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. Career.
Wilson. All right, we have Patriots 12. Patriots ready to beat the 0-ring Bills. Man, why bite the hand that feeds you? I've been your ally,
man,
for years, man. I am one of the only ones on this panel, Patriots 12, that actually believes in your team. All right, I have said that you guys are winning the wild card. All right, and finishing 2nd place, and this is how you repay me. My friend Colby.
Hey, man, he gave you $2.
Strike 1, Colby.
Come on, man.
Dolphins not doing anything like usual. Sergeant Moonshine.
That's my guy. That's another Patriots fan up in the chat.
Shout
We
out
represent,
Sergeant
baby.
Moonshine in the chat doing that. If the Bills beat the Finns both times this year, Dan needs to grow a mullet, preferably the style of Jaromir Jagr of the 90s Pittsburgh Penguins. So I'll tell you what, man. Listen, I tried the whole mullet fad a couple of years ago. It wasn't my thing, right? But like maybe I'll do like a stash. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been wanting to rock a stash for quite some time. I've been trying to build up the courage. Oh, word. Could you? Really?
Yeah.
Stash, boys? Chat.
I can see
Sound
you, man.
off. Would Dan Mitchell look okay with a stash, or would he look like he wouldn't be allowed within 20 feet of a Chuck E. Cheese? Let me know.
Or a child.
Let me know. Let me know how it would look.
Chuck E. Cheese. Wait, I got it.
Let me know, folks. All right. Anyway, so we have the Patriots.
Bro.
Man, remind them to hit the like button, man. It's a good time for that.
Smash the like button, folks. Easy. Smash the like button, folks. Let us know where you're tuning in from.
Jets Forever has a really good point. Why don't you put a stash on Bob? Fake stash.
I could put a stash on Bob. I could put a stash on Bob. That's
That'll be hilarious.
That's
I want to get your guys' thoughts on something after everybody in the chat hits the like button right now. What's your thoughts of the new feature of the live chat being on the screen in the bottom right corner?
I feel like people are going to take advantage of it in a non-positive way, if you know what I mean.
We'll still,
You
don't
know,
give them
we're
fuel.
just gonna
Don't
start
give them the
seeing
idea, Colby.
the egg, the eggplant emoji. You're just gonna get flooded on the chat, and then it's up on the
now
screen, and then, you know what I'm saying?
See?
Just a bunch of guys being dudes, bro.
The reason why I like it is for people that watch it on replay, they get to see what the chat was saying in real time. That's why I like it. Like,
hey, you know what, man? I do like it, and so I do like it indeed. But
shout out to bro on Facebook. If you guys are on Facebook, come through to Roundtable Sports and support us.
Bro. Oh man, he follows me on Facebook, man.
He says, well, nobody's. Wait, what was this question?
Please ask TD how many games does Tuna play this year?
Yeah.
Damn.
So you're a hater too.
So for me, bro, I think that the safe answer is he'll miss about 3, I think.
Tua's playing pretty much 20 games this year. He'll play 20 games. Or 21, but I think it'll be 20. We'll have a first round bye. But yeah, he's gonna play all 20.
And so he said that's gonna make for some good clips. I love it. You know what, man? Like, people don't clip this show enough. Folks, all of you have, right, permissions. Say, for example, you're trying to grow a faceless TikTok or Instagram account or X account, and you just compile it with clips of this show or anything on Roundtable. As long as you tag us, go ahead.
That's what we're going to need to do, man.
That's what we got to do. Listen,
we need clips of these.
That's very easy side hustle nowadays is just clipping podcasts.
Well, Dan, what you said before resonated in my brain. You're like, we launched an entire however you said it overnight, but then we still can't get an intro. Same thing about we still don't have clips of our shows.
We still can't get an intro.
We still can't get consistent clips posted from our live shows.
Folks, listen. Feel free to clip all of our shows.
There's only so much I can do, okay?
Blame Richard.
There's only so much I can handle. Help me. I'm drowning.
That's all it is, folks. That is indeed.
Bro, don't worry.
It is. But I did want to talk to TD Finstock about the Miami Dolphins minicamp because I guess they have been going through some changes. So they have been going through some changes. We saw an interview from Zach Wilson earlier today where he said that this was the first time he's ever heard that he was late on his throws, which is like, dude's just lying, like right to the camera. He's definitely heard that before. He's definitely heard that before.
Dan,
go
that's
ahead.
the problem. They never told him. That tell you how bad the Jets are at coaching. They never see he
was in Denver last year. Nice try with Sean Payton.
He didn't play. He didn't play in Denver. He
was a backup just like he is now. He's doing the same thing.
He didn't play. They didn't care. No.
Okay, now you're just speaking out of your inner what?
We actually develop quarterbacks, Richie. If it's his first,
why do the Broncos say we're not even touching him if you're not going to consider him as a backup behind Bo Nix?
I mean, what are you talking about?
Let him go. Denver Broncos weren't trying to bring him back. They saw nothing with Zach.
Because they saw the delayed throws and they said, "No, I ain't got time for it." See, we can actually develop him, Richie.
You've done a great job with Tua. You're right.
Y'all let this man start and never told him that he was behind on his throws. That's just y'all organization just ruined quarterbacks. But don't worry, by the end of the season, he'll be fixed. He'll be fixed.
He'll be playing?
Next year for another team, he'll revive himself. We'll give a good word for him being a backup because Tua playing all the games this year.
So you're hyping up Zach, but he's not going to play.
I mean, you know what? Zach has had some nobody talks about this. Zach was throwing picks in practice the other day, right? And everybody was like, "Oh, Zach Wilson being Zach Wilson." But I actually talked to my guy today and gave me real context. One of the pass was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Another pass was actually, it would have been a sack, but he just threw it anyway after the fact. You know how in practice they keep it going even after it would have been a sack. So nah, Kobe, you ain't got
no. You out here laughing about my quarterback throwing interceptions, but you out here like, oh guys, don't worry, it's okay. Zach Wilson would have gotten sacked, guys. Zach Wilson would have gotten sacked, so it's okay now.
Talk about he out there trying to kill himself and just take chances.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think anybody cares about the context behind 3 Zach Wilson interceptions at minicamp. I don't think.
We don't feel about you throwing them too, man. You out here making it. No, Richie, it does matter. Richie, it does matter. That's going to be their starting quarterback come week 4.
Still better than yours.
We're talking about Tua's context of his pick. We're talking about Zach Wilson.
No, but you said Zach Wilson doesn't matter, but his turnovers do matter. That's going to be their starting quarterback week 4. So it does matter that he's throwing interceptions. He's got to get ready to be the starter.
Well, Anthony Padilla comes in with a $10 super chat. Hey, guys, I think this is the year that our division will be competitive. It's still the Bills division until someone throws us off the top. Go Bills. We're coming, Anthony. Let's go.
Yeah, we're coming. He's being nice. Yeah, he's being nice.
Appreciate the $10, man. That is very nice.
Division.
Ain't gonna be no
lopsided division. I'm not even entirely sure that both of the wins from the Jets and the Dolphins combined will equal double digits this year.
Wow.
Damn. I'm not even convinced.
How many games are y'all favored in?
You really believe that?
Dan, what did you just say?
I said.
So I know what TD's going to say.
By the time
Dolphins
the season is over with,
we get 0.
And by the time the season is over with, that the Jets and the Dolphins record will not exceed double-digit wins.
TD, don't let him get to you because that's just him, locking on with Colby, the Patriots, and just
you
us thinking that we're these little.
Dan, they get on us, Dan, but they ride in together too.
You know what I mean? We're the sandwich of this. We got the top and the bottom. We're in the middle. We're fighting against each other.
You know what I will bet you on, Dan? Since you wanna be cocky about it, you know what I'll bet you on?
Go ahead.
I can guarantee you Josh Allen has more interceptions than the Jets and Dolphins win total combined.
More interceptions. Last year, he won single digits.
Yeah, he ain't never doing that again. He ain't ever doing that again. He already picking up in practice. Yep, he back himself.
So
somebody hit him on the head last year and we corrected him.
You look at all the common denominators from last year, right? Like we were 27th in the league.
Common denominators, the context.
Like we were 27th in the league for pass attempts.
Hey,
like
Richie, you say context matters, man.
Yeah, dude. Like we run the football with the same offensive coordinator.
Cook his money, y'all.
I have a feeling that Josh Allen will have another single digit. Well, actually, never mind. All right.
Okay.
I think he'll probably have 11 picks this year. Because single digits, I think, was somewhat of a miracle, right? And based off of scheme. But that's okay because he's gonna rip touchdowns, bro. He's gonna get 50 total touchdowns this year. All right. On the ground, in the air, 40 in the air, and a couple on the ground, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Dan, if I have a bold take.
Go ahead.
Justin Fields has more rushing yards and rushing touchdowns than Josh Allen this year.
That I would agree with. Actually.
And that's not me saying that means he's going to have a great year or the Jets are going to win a lot of games.
So rushing touchdowns, maybe not. Rushing yards, definitely. So definitely a lot more rushing yards. He's getting 29 years old. So with Josh Allen,
Well, Fields is one of 3 quarterbacks ever to put up over 1,000 yards on the ground.
Yeah,
So
think
what I
he
say
can
about
do it.
Josh Allen is that he's getting to a point in his game where he's not going to be able to make as many plays on the ground.
Yeah, and he shouldn't be relying
He's
on
29
that, really.
years old, and that's not like something that like you can live on. It's something very similar to what, and so Lamar Jackson is going to have to deal with eventually. But why Lamar and why Josh are successful is because they have both of those parts of their game where they don't need an upper echelon type wide receiver one or a crazy running back. I mean, obviously with Lamar as Derrick Henry now, but like once Josh gets to about 32, 33, like that's when you're going to start seeing that we start making investments in like a big name wide receiver one and like a big name running back, because like when dude's 32 years old, he's not going to be able to scramble and stiff arm some young 25-year-old best shape of his life linebacker anymore. It's not feasible. But you still have that threat of Josh Allen, that version of Josh Allen, I would say, for like another 2 years. But then afterwards, you're going to start to see a bit of a regression in those stats.
How old is Josh Allen?
29.
Yeah, I think this is going to be it's interesting to see his development and all these good quarterbacks that's mobile go into the 30s.
Yeah,
no.
Dude.
All right, well, let's move right along. Which team are we up to next?
Jets.
Let's talk about the Jets.
Oh, yeah, the Jets.
All right. Listen, what's coming out of Jets minicamp is Garrett Wilson's unstoppable. There's a lot of clips that just came out today, and there is a common denominator. You want to talk about common things in some context? I'm noticing Brandon Stevens is the man in charge of guarding Garrett Wilson on all these highlights.
I thought it was
but I think that Garrett Wilson is about to do something special, man. And I know people don't look at Justin Fields as someone that can throw the football very well, but I think their chemistry from college matters, and they're clicking immediately. Justin Fields in this offense is finding Garrett Wilson the ball. Aaron Glenn said they're going to utilize him. And the Jets offensive coordinator, Tanner Engstrand, you know what his role was for Detroit? He game planned the offense for Ben Johnson. You think of the Lions playmakers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, all these guys, so many guys. It was Tanner Engstrand's role to figure out creative ways to feed everybody. How do we get everybody the ball? And now he's using that with this Jets offense. He's getting creative. How are we going to use Garrett Wilson? The reporters at practice are saying they've never seen Garrett Wilson move like this in terms of where he's on in the formations, running out of the slot, out wide, motion, and he's just getting wide open, just like absolutely going crazy. And here's a play that came from practice. It was a throw from Justin Fields, and this is just how good Garrett Wilson is. That was just practice. It's just a catch in practice, but he obviously proved last year that he has the ability to have the catch of the year like he did last season. So you look at this throw from Mr. Justin Fields, and the catch by Garrett Wilson. Why isn't it coming up? You guys see it?
That's not coming up. YouTube's telling you, they're like, hey, Rich, man. That's some copyright right there, man. Nah, I actually don't know why it's not coming up, though. It was coming up before.
Really?
Now it's up here now.
There we go. Got it?
That's weird.
Apologies about that. Just got to hit full screen and it popped up. So here's a throw from Justin Fields, fading away, lobs it up to the sideline.
Oh, his foot was out.
Nice. Oh, yeah, see? Colby thinks his feet were out. Watch the slow-mo.
Just kidding. Yep.
I
mean,
but
he gained possession when the foot went out, man.
That was ridiculous. You're talking about the ball is there. Look, his feet should very easily go out of bounds right here. Doesn't look like he's out.
That is out of bounds. It's scraping. It's scraping in.
Yeah? Watch this.
Yep. Incomplete. Whoop. That's incomplete.
Now that's all green. And the refs are right there, and they rule catch. That's a catch, baby.
Challenge that.
Both feet in bounds. That's a catch. The refs give it a catch. Let's go, man. Now, listen. Again, it's just practice and all that. But what I'm just going to show you guys is Garrett Wilson. I can show you the clip last year of where this came from. Right? Just to remind you guys, if you forgot, I am predicting right now Garrett Wilson will have the best statistical season of his career this season with Justin Fields at quarterback. And I genuinely believe that for a lot of reasons. And that's not going to be easy to do. Last year, he put up good numbers. He had over 100 catches, 1,100 yards, and 8 touchdowns. I'm seeing an uptick because Justin Fields is the volume is all going to be off the charts. That's the main reason. We don't have a number 2 receiver. So that's a big reason why I'm saying this. And I think he is finally going to, with 3 years of experience in this league, of having over 1,000 yards, with Justin Fields having chemistry at Ohio State, they dominated college together. So that does not basically translate to the Jets winning a lot of games. But I think if Justin Fields can click through the air and his mind can start processing the field and he just looks Garrett Wilson's way, Garrett Wilson is good enough to put up those numbers. I genuinely believe that.
So, Richie, my only question to you is you said this yourself just a second ago. You said, you know, and I do agree that Garrett Wilson, he's still going to have a good season. I think he's going to have over 100 catches. I'm going to say he's going to have about roughly 120. That's my prediction. He's going to have 120 catches on the season. But my question to you is you said it yourself, you don't have even a wide receiver too. So if teams just put a corner on him, put a safety on top, their number one priority, easy, hands down, is going to be to take him away. How do you open it? Because that was a problem for him last year before Devontae Adams got there. Devontae Adams got there and allowed him to get open a lot more and have those more favorable matchups.
You have 120 catches.
You bring up a great point. 120 is a lot. If that happens, then we're in Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase level, which I'm hoping for. But you bring up a great point, and I think the biggest difference this season we're going to see with the Jets offense is the dual threat ability of Justin Fields. That provides a different element of fear or preparation. The defenses have to worry about potentially a running quarterback. So that's going to open up the field, down the field. And the Jets are going to be running the football first and foremost. That's going to be their priority. I really do believe that. And that's a whole other conversation. So we'll see if Garrett Wilson can do it, but he proved these last few years that he's just on the verge of breaking out. He just needs a quarterback. Because I really don't think him and Rodgers were ever on the same page. Like, they never really got along. As much as I try to believe it and try to see it, looking back on it, yeah, they were not in sync.
How many catches he had with Rodgers?
104 around there.
He'll have 90 catches with Justin Fields.
90?
Don't forget, Aaron Rodgers was trying to force feed Garrett Wilson a lot too.
And then Devontae came in and took a lot of his targets away.
Yeah, but Justin Fields is like Garrett Wilson is capable of 120. So I don't want y'all to think I'm laughing because of Garrett Wilson. But let's not sit here and act like his quarterback ain't Justin Fields. Any man ain't catching 120 passes for no Justin Fields.
Well, like with his rushing attempts as well, that's obviously going to naturally bring those down. So that's not necessarily a terrible take. But Richie, besides Garrett Wilson and that toe tap swag,
that's all they got.
Like, what else is coming out of minicamp that's exciting you or concerning you?
I do want to add 2023. That was Justin Fields' last year, correct? With the Bears. DJ Moore put up 96 catches, 1,364 yards, and 8 touchdowns with Justin Fields at the quarterback position.
And he played
just that context.
Huh? He played every game?
Yeah. Just to add context that Justin Fields knows how to get the number one the ball. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, if you
incorporate back then
and all that, then
yeah, he was like a number 2 basically. He wasn't really that good. But outside of that, Dan, I feel like the best thing coming out of OTAs and minicamp for the Jets is definitely, the identity of Aaron Glenn. Like, the culture he's changing, you can feel it. You can feel Justin Fields preaching what he's talking about. There's just a shift of just not messing around. And I'll just show you an example. And now, press conferences don't win you football games, right? But I feel like the Jets will never be a successful organization until they got a guy like Aaron Glenn that just doesn't mess around. He's just going to test the media. He's just not going to get pushed around. And it's a small little thing, but I just find it hilarious. In case you don't know much about Aaron Glenn, I want you to see this. So they asked him at mandatory camp, is everybody at camp? Is everybody here? Simple question, right?
Is everyone here on the roster?
You tell me.
I mean, it looked like everyone's here.
There you go.
Like, that's very small. And to some, that may not seem like much. But as a Jets fan who's watched Robert Saleh come and handle himself in the podium every day, Adam Gase, like, this guy just doesn't mess around. Saleh was the good guy and just, like, got pushed around. Aaron Glenn's going to make the media's job miserable. He's going to make their jobs really hard, difficult to get quotes out of him. He's just not messing around. That's his mindset with this football team, too. It's an extension to how he's operating. So I feel like there's a sense of shift happening. And I feel like this is the type of guy that we need in order to handle himself, to get that confidence instilled in this team. And we'll see if it happens. But outside of that, man, there's some standouts. Like Will McDonald is definitely a guy that I'm expected to break out this year. 10.5 sacks last season, gained 15 pounds of muscle, first-round pick. I can see him having, if there was one guy I'm expecting to take the biggest leap on defense, it's Will McDonald off the edge. And then the entire Jets offense is just getting rolling right now with Fields. And the last thing I'll say is this. It's OTAs. We talked about, Tua. We talked about Drake May. So we got to talk about Justin Fields. How does he look? And if you ask any beat reporter, they're coming away impressed that Justin Fields is looking good, making crazy throws off platform. And I'm just basing this off what I'm seeing from the beat reporters. That does not convince me he's breaking out. That does not convince me that Fields is going to be elite whatsoever. I got to see it in training camp and, of course, on the football field. But there's nothing but positive things coming out about Justin Fields based off all the people going to practice and reporting it. Nothing but good things. So we'll see what that turns into.
Oh, man. What can you
Hey,
do?
man. Roster jobs are not won in spring. Just remember this, football fans. For every team, roster jobs are not won in the spring.
Unless you
For sure, man. So the Buffalo Bills, we had a bit of a scare today in practice. All right.
Oh.
First round cornerback Max Hairston went down with an injury, which appeared to be to his left knee. Okay. Which is less than ideal. He did have trainers go over and look. He was seen standing on the sideline with his helmet on. And this happened toward the end of practice. And he ended up walking off of the field slowly, but with his own power. So we're not going to have a concrete answer on what's happening with this player likely until tomorrow.
You're back up.
That's first round pick.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Ooh.
I hate to hear that. Honestly,
Starter
that's
to
the one
begin
thing that
with.
just scares me every time at OTAs and camp and training
Then
camp.
we ended up having Josh Allen with his 3 interception situation yesterday.
That's okay.
But-
Dan, don't worry about it.
It just goes to show you
Mhm.
he's really trying to make sure
Mhm.
that he can establish some chemistry with Josh Palmer. And same exact thing with Elijah Moore, because he was trying to force feed both of them. And I absolutely love that as well, right? Because have to make sure we can get it done. I felt like we missed out on some opportunities last year with him and Dalton Kincaid and him with Curtis Samuel, because there was clearly some chemistry issues there. But I mean, really, other than that, it's been Bills practice, man. Solid stuff, shorts and t-shirt Olympics. But I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling really, really good.
Awesome.
That's all I got.
I'm happy for you, man. I mean, you're going to
Hopefully
have
Maxwell's
Jair
okay.
Alexander in a week, but, that's all right.
See, like some people have been bringing that up, but I feel like Max Harrison's going to be fine. As long as he ultimately ends up just being fine for training camp. I haven't even heard if day 3 is going to be canceled yet.
Usually is.
Probably not, based off of it, because they want some more consistency. But like Palmer is really living up to expectations. His route running is all over the place. Same thing with Keon Coleman. He's been looking really good. But again,
I'm not going to
like
lie.
I said,
I'm very intrigued to see Elijah Moore with the Bills because he's a talented player, man. I'm not going to lie. I know Jets fans don't like him and all that, but he's really talented. And I think the Bills are a perfect team for him, low key. Just not going to be the focal guy. He's going to make some plays. He's going to surprise you guys. He's not going to light it up, but he's going to be an impactful player if he's healthy.
So we've always needed a wide receiver that could play that responsibility of being into a vertical threat, somebody that's actually fast and can like win vertically. He's been doing that, man. And like Josh has been looking at him like often and early. And that's very important because that was a part of our receiving game last year that like we were missing. And Buffalo money balls. They money ball a wide receiver number 1 is something I typically like to say, right? Because like you look at a wide receiver number 1, they have great route running, they have decent speed, they have great yak. That's not what Buffalo does. We just have 3 wide receivers that specialize in all 3 of those traits individually. We have Shakir, who goes on ahead. He's great in yak. We have Elijah, who's fast. And then we have Josh Palmer now, who is just running a perfect route tree. So, like, that works. Like, biggest storyline, I think, that I completely forgot, like, James Cook is in the building, right? I think all of us were assuming that, like, he would at least tease a holdout and definitely miss out on mandatory minicamp, but sounds like those potential fines really scared him away. And he said he's coming to training camp. So I'm not sure if that means that something's been going on behind closed doors where Brandon Beane like told his agent, he's like, look, we're working on something. And so we're going to
I'm
take
not
care
gonna
of
lie,
your
Dan.
training camp.
I think him being going public about the price like ruined his chances, and he realized that like the way he was acting online about it.
Yeah.
That was not the smart way to do it if you want to get paid, in my opinion.
Dan,
And I was
Dan,
realizing like, I don't know.
He's 26, right? He's 26 years old. He's going to be 27 next year. So his options are he can hold out this year, right? But he's due $5 million. And he was able to earn that $5 million based off of escalators he hit from his contract. But that $5 million is only getting paid to him if he plays, right? So why would a guy who's looking for a long-term deal miss out, sit out an entire year of football, not get paid a cent, and then convince some NFL team next year after one full year missing out on reps that he's worth $15 million plus a year? I think he realized that. And hence why he's there.
Well, Dan, the other thing to keep in mind is that holdouts, especially in training camp and especially mini camp where these are mandatory, where you'll get fined if you don't go, they tend to happen less and less because these players, these agents, they've gotten smarter. They realize that, well, okay, I can make my statement by still getting my money because all I have to do to get my money is show up. Nobody said I have to practice in order to get this money. All it says is you need to be at practice, not participate in practice. So therefore, if we get to training camp and he is a full participant, then okay, there's probably some contract looming around for him. But if you get to training camp and he's a limited participant or he's just off to the side, not participating at all with zero reported injury problem, then he's holding in. That is what players do now. They hold in so they can still make the money that they are owed while still making that statement, well, I'm going to hurt the team because without one of your most dynamic players, you don't know how this offense is going to function.
So what was encouraging was that he ended up running 6 plays with 7-on-7s, and he was right there with the running back drills. So he's participating. So something's going on. Maybe he's got a contract in the works. I don't know. Or maybe he was just like, screw it. Like, this is my showcase year. I'm going to go out and do the exact same thing I did in 2024 and prove my worth to either the Buffalo Bills or whatever team is interested in bringing me on in free agency in 2026.
Y'all are doing 7-on-7s? Are
Yeah,
your
we
team
did
doing
7-on-7s?
7-on-7s? We haven't done any 7-on-7s throughout OTAs or minicamp, but we're doing 11-on-11s. I feel like it should be the other way around.
Yeah, we're 7-on-7 and 11-on-11.
Yeah, we're doing
we
both.
haven't done
I'm
any.
surprised you haven't done either.
Yeah, we're not doing
Yeah,
any
but-
7-on-7s.
Well, Vrabel does some
Strictly 11s, man.
some interesting stuff. doesn't
And
he?
you know what Solid did? He did only 7-on-7s. Idiot.
Oh, he only did
Interesting.
7-on-7s.
Which is why
I
he's
understand
fired.
11s, but 7s is kind of weird.
Why?
I don't know. He had like trenches with no pads.
How does that work?
So
that's
that's
a
like
big
a
I mean,
bad
he
like,
did
game
some.
with
He did
big
some, but
play.
he focused a lot on 7-on-7. I don't know. He was just he lived in fear of injury a lot. Salah.
And so that's like a basketball team that only runs 1-on-1s in practice.
Yo, facts.
Damn, Dan, I know you're a basketball savant. Ooh.
Oh,
Go Celtics, right, Dan?
Dude. Well, I'm in a generous mood right now, and I'm going to give back to the community because not only can you commit super chats to help us, but you can also gift memberships, and I want to gift some memberships. Congratulations to Ray, Gucci, Patriots 12, Say Breeze, and Pat's Time for
Let's
getting
go.
a free AFC East Roundtable membership badge. Now, it's a cool feature. I know a lot of you guys like to send in super chats, and we really do appreciate the super chats. Anthony sent $10. Glenn sent $5. And we cannot thank you guys enough. And I just want to remind everybody that there's another feature where you can gift memberships. So you can spend money and help out your peers in the chat by giving them some emojis, giving them some membership perks. So if you guys wanted to go do that, we'd appreciate it. If you want to become a member, click that join button. We appreciate you guys big time. All right. Speaking of that, we have some donations. Did we get to this one?
no, we did not. Dan, what's up 2 weeks from now? I'm taking a tour of the old Bills Stadium one last time. I also got a new haircut today, so your boy looking fresh. What I'm talking about, man. Shout out to the barbers of America for keeping the homies fresh. I appreciate that. And we're
Shout out
seeing
Matthew.
Richie. Well, actually, shout out to the barbers all over the world. All right, because
Shout out Rich and
trust
Famous.
me, I'm sure crispy fades are worldwide. All right, where
Crispy
TD,
fades.
Richie, and Colby shocked Cook showed their face. It's funny. We ended up I suppose, sort of teasing the situation. So I didn't ask TD or Richie and their thoughts. Were y'all shocked when you heard that James Cook not only showed up, but actually participated?
TD, you can go.
He has to repeat that.
I said, were you shocked? I said, were you shocked to hear that James Cook showed up and participated in mandatory minicamp?
Just to repeat that.
You're going to have to repeat that, Dan Mitchell.
Can you say that again? No, I'm not shocked. I mean, at the end of the day, he just won his money, but they'll figure that out. I think they'll come to an amicable agreement. They need him. Like you just mentioned earlier tonight that Josh Allen, y'all were 27th in the league in attempts or whatever. That was a good thing for the team. I mean, you had a lot of balance running the ball too. So you need good backs in this league, especially, with injuries and things of that nature. Josh Allen needs that as he continues to get older and older. And it makes him a better version of himself to not have to lean on him. We know what he's capable of, but yeah, you don't want to have to lean on him and put too much on his plate because that's when more chances, more disasters can happen. So I'm not shocked, though. Let's see if he show up in training camp, though.
Respect, man.
Damn. Shout out to all the generous super chats that we have received thus far. We have NFL Refs fan. Rumors the Vikes may sign Tannehill for insurance. If that happens, imagine how hard TD would ride for a team with both Tannehill and Flores.
Who's their backup quarterback?
You are absolutely correct
You're
on that. Ryan, dude, honestly, man, like obviously this is the AFC East Roundtable, but I don't know. And so I feel like they do need some quality veteran and behind JJ because it's like really his rookie season and there's going to be rookie mistakes. So he needs some sort of guideship.
Yeah.
Sarah, I hate all your teams, but I can tolerate y'all. Thank you, Sarah. We appreciate that. She is a Vikings fan, surprisingly.
That's
I know. Shout out Sarah. Dan, I have some homework for you, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Our intern made a fantastic post that you made a TikTok about.
I did.
And I posted it. Well, we posted it, and we need you to accept a collab so we can get Bills fans flooded saying Josh Allen. Like we already have some. But we got a Bengals page that accepted the collab, so the Bengals fans are going to be on this post on Instagram. I invited our Ravens creator, so hopefully he accepts it because we need Ravens fans defending their guy Lamar. But I know Bills fans run deep, especially through a Dan Mitchell collab.
So you're using me for my clout, bro?
Yeah, I'm using you for personal gain.
I got you, bro. I got you, man. Let's see what Bills fans have to say. Cook them Burrow fans in the chat, fool. Cook.
Yeah, I made sure to quote Sweden and give my own personal thoughts on it. So
yeah, I saw you slide Drake May in there. You can't be serious.
You didn't leave a like on it, Dan? Come on, what up with that, bro? Thought we were homies, dude. Come on.
Yeah, dude, you're right, man.
What do you mean, Dan? You're a Drake May stan.
A stan's a bit of a stretch.
You did hate him pre-draft, and now all of a sudden,
I'm a believer. Well, hey, listen, so I can say that I was wrong about Drake. I was wrong about Bo Nix as well.
But were you wrong about Drake May? I mean, has that been proven yet?
Yeah, he was.
Maybe not, but
well, Dan said he was going to suck pre-draft.
I did say that Drake May was going to blow. Right?
Remember what I said about Drake May? Drake May doesn't suck, but he's not a great quarterback. That's the problem.
How can you make that assumption in year one?
He's going to keep them in purgatory.
Do you think he's going to be in that category of good enough not to be good enough, like Trevor Lawrence?
He might be just under that. Just under.
Dude, low key. Like what would be a really good graphic, I think, would be dark horse MVP. And like you should put like Trevor Lawrence on there. And you should put
that would trigger
true dark horses. Like true, like holy shit. Like some people I think like really don't understand the term dark horse, right?
Well,
they'll be like, bro, this isn't realistic.
Trevor Lawrence would be a dark horse, right? I'm not saying he's an MVP candidate, but he's a dark horse.
I don't know. I feel like
Trevor blows, man. He is so bad.
I feel like more of a dark horse
would
be like Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Caleb.
That's more of a dark horse because it kind of feels like it could happen, but it's still like no way. Like Trevor Lawrence is like no shot. You know what I mean?
Folks, you are getting teased right now with what we talk about on Fourth and Forever. It is our daily NFL news show on the Roundtable Sports Network, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. EST, where we talk all things NFL. But you will notice that I did just put a TikTok out there where there was an image of 4 quarterbacks. You had Caleb Williams, you had Jaden Daniels, you had Bo Nix, and somebody else. I forgot. It was another sophomore QB, Drake May, I think. And I said that if I had to pick a quarterback to build a team around, a franchise around, I selected Caleb Williams.
Ah, Mr. Pain and Nails himself. All right.
Mr.
You don't want to take your own quarterback? Come on, man. That's crazy. You had the prime opportunity.
Wow.
So who's my own quarterback?
Josh Allen.
I honestly,
Josh Allen 2.0.
No, he wasn't included in that image.
Yeah. Josh Allen 2.0, Drake May.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is going to be way better.
No, I took Caleb.
I took Caleb, man. Massively better supporting.
Why? Because my take behind it,
he could be a better quarterback.
Drake May not even going to be close to Caleb.
So
can we all like objectively raise our hand and agree that Drake May is fourth right now out of these right now?
Right now he should be fourth.
Yeah. And
that's a really good die on the hill, right? And so I will die on the hill, but like what impressed me about Caleb so much was like not only was he the most sacked and pressured quarterback in 2024, he still threw single-digit interceptions.
Yeah.
That tells me that he takes care of the football. He has ice in his veins when it comes into pressure, and all he was missing was just a semi-decent offensive line. He literally had the worst offensive line in football last year. So I think his intangibles are there.
Who are you talking about right now?
And so I think Jaden Daniels is going to be a top 5 QB next year.
Who are you just talking about before, Dan?
I was talking about Caleb Williams.
Oh, okay. I just forget.
You need to put
JJ
McCarthy there instead of Drake May. JJ McCarthy.
JJ's tough to like.
JJ McCarthy didn't do shit.
Yeah, the only reason is JJ didn't play last year, so this kind of feels like his rookie season, not a sophomore season.
Yeah, it feels like his rookie season's coming in.
Same with Michael Penix. Like I don't look at Michael Penix as going into sophomore. It's like it's a rookie season,
man.
Yeah,
oh man, we have our resident Vikings fan in here saying it's hard to throw interceptions when you overthrow everyone. Dan,
thank you.
Touche.
So how would you rank these 4 prediction after this season?
Like
no, not right now. After this season, who has the best season this year?
Man, this is tough. It's hard for me not to put Jaden at 1, but it's going to be really close. It's going to be Jaden 1. It's going to be Caleb 2. Give me Drake May 3 and Bo Nix 4.
Why? Why would you put Drake May ahead of Bo Nix?
Yeah, Bo Nix was a baller last year.
He was.
And what did he have around him, by the way?
All right, listen.
Everyone says about Drake May's weapons. Who did Bo Nix have besides a coach?
So I think that the sophomore slump haunts at least one second-year quarterback every single year. And out of every single player I see on my screen right now, by process of elimination, I feel like the sophomore slump curse is going to go to Bo Nix.
Wow.
Like, just look at that fool. like sophomore slump's going to haunt him this year, man. I promise you. Yeah.
What about you, TD? What would your rankings be? Same as last year or?
Jaden Daniels, number 1. Caleb 2. Bo Nix 3. And JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy's not an option.
Yeah,
you didn't even put Drake May on the list.
What about you, Colby? What's your prediction?
I'm somebody who believes in going off of what I know. So I'm someone who, until you kind of prove it wrong, I'm gonna go with the facts. So I'm gonna go with exactly what it was last year. Jaden Daniels, but I think Caleb Williams is going to be better, way better supporting cast, and he has an offensive mind actually helping him now. They heavily addressed that O-line. So I do think Caleb Williams is going to be better than Bo Nix this year. And then I'll go Bo Nix, and then I'll go Drake May. I definitely think Drake May has the ability to finish second, but it's if all those factors come together, and that's a big if. And until that happens, I'm not going to say it's going to happen. I understand the argument. I mean, there's always a quarterback that balls out year 1 and then they take a massive leap backwards. And did the Broncos do enough to build around him? I still don't feel confident about the running game that they gave Bo Nix.
Now let's talk about these. Now we talk about the rookies or year 2 guys. Now these are the established vets. TD, who you taking 1 through 4? And I want you to predict, like, after this season, who's going to have predicting this upcoming year. When we look back at 2025, how would we rank their seasons at the end? TD.
Yeah, we're gonna go number 1 this year, Joe Burrow.
I agree with that.
Number 2, I'm gonna go Lamar Jackson. Number 3, I'm gonna go Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
And number 4, we're going Josh Allen.
I feel like you don't even believe that.
I mean, you look how you put him in there.
I feel like you don't even believe. I feel like you don't even believe that.
This is the year of picks for him.
I feel like you don't even believe that. Damn. All right. So
Dan, are you putting on the Joe Burrow, like, this is his year to win MVP and go off? Like, there's a lot of hype around that element. Do you feel like that could happen? Joe Burrow finally cracks through.
So y'all really want to like hear my like realistic take on Joe Burrow?
You hate
My real take on Joe Burrow. My real take on Joe Burrow is that he is a very talented quarterback in this league, but he will finish off his career in a very similar way that Dan Marino did. An incredible talent that was wasted by an incompetent organization. That's how I think Joe Burrow's career will ultimately end up panning out.
Ouch. Does that hurt?
Yeah.
TD?
No.
That's a shot at Miami.
It's nothing against Joe Burrow. He's a quality player. But like when it comes into like building around a specific player, right? Like you look at Joe Burrow, he has always had Chase, he's always had T. Higgins, quality wide receiving core, right? Like all over the place. So Lamar Jackson, for the longest time, he sort of had the same thing until Derrick Henry came into the equation with very limited help, right? It was largely just Lamar. And then you also, who was the other guy? Was it Herbert? Yeah. Like he ended up having quality wide receiving sort of supporting casts. But when it comes into help, right, as far as star-studded talent surrounding, it's very clear that Josh Allen has had the least, like, rate out of all 4 of these quarterbacks. And the fact that Josh Allen has seen the playoffs each and every single year with a giant carousel of, so the best wide receiver he's ever had was Stephon Diggs. And last year we know that he had absolutely nothing. He won the MVP because of it. I'd probably have to go with Josh 1, 2 Lamar, 3 Burrow, 4 Herbert.
Now, quick follow-up. If I was to make this graphic, I would have put Mahomes instead of Herbert. If Mahomes was throwing, would you still put Mahomes at 4?
No, because so many people like have like that walk around on eggshells. Like, oh my God, I better not say anything bad about Patrick Mahomes or Chiefs fans are going to come after me. Like people are boring when it comes into ranking quarterbacks, and Patrick Mahomes is included, right? Because everyone unanimously puts him at number 1 and never gives like any take because they're afraid to be, like exiled, like right in the state. This one actually calls for debate, in which that I like.
But I feel like Herbert's unanimous last, unless you're TD.
Yeah. Herbert's unanimous last. I think
I think this is going to be Herbert year, actually.
What's different?
I could
this
see
year
it. I mean, he's talented. He just hasn't really broken through, right? He's like,
he's good. He's had 3 head coaches. He's had 3 head coaches, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, his offensive line hasn't been too good.
So he's Drake May.
Yeah, basically. Drake May.
Everything you name, same thing with him. Now, Joe Burrow could put up 40 points a game if that guy needs to. He got his boys under contract. He's pissed off that the league don't view him as highly as he knows he should be. This man went to a damn Super Bowl. Josh Allen ain't go to no Super Bowl. Lamar ain't go to no Super Bowl. You know who did it almost won? Joe Burrow in his 2nd year. That man is finishing top of that list. It's not even debatable.
Here this mess.
Wow. And let's also not forget what Joe Burrow did statistically last year. That was just absurd. I've never seen a quarterback put up that type of numbers and not make the playoffs in my life. That's absurd. So
he should have.
And we're going to see the same thing this year.
Richie. He should have been, but
we're going to see the same thing this year where he. We're going to see the exact same thing this year where he goes out, he dominates. He probably puts up about 40 points. He's going to throw for 5,000 plus yards, but his defense is going to give up an average of 38 points a game.
Yeah, especially with Shamar still out.
And Trey Hendrickson, come on, dude.
Yeah, they're cooked.
And the only redeeming factor of the Cincinnati Bengals defense last year was Trey Hendrickson, and they're pissing him off. Like that was the only good thing they had on that defense.
Well,
yeah, like who's their number 1 corner, bro? Like
We're gonna see how that works out.
It's tough. Like have you ever played Madden before? And so a Madden 20 franchise, and like you run it for 20 years, and all the players start to retire, and they just start naming, like coming up with random names.
Yeah, Daniel
to fill
Bupkis.
those positions. That is the quarterback room for the Cincinnati Bengals and Green Bay Packers.
Man. Well, I'm excited to see it, man. I really, really am. A lot of stuff. Excited to see this AFC East division go out. Quick announcement. Roundtable Sports is officially doing their first ever event outside of the AFC East. We will be going to Rams versus 49ers primetime football for the NFC West Roundtable, officially of today. So stay on the look for that. Not that you guys would go because none of you guys are fans of those teams, but just want to let you know.
Maybe
that we're about to launch some tickets. Maybe you're interested. Maybe you're like, you know what? I'll come support.
Maybe they want to go to SoFi Stadium and hang out with Richie and TD.
Yeah, maybe they want to come through and hang out in LA with us for a little bit. Come through, man. But yeah, that's exciting for sure about what's forth to come outside of just our Buffalo event. And then stay tuned. TD and I are thinking about potentially doing a Jets Dolphins event at MetLife, which is later in the year in December. We have time to figure that out since it's a game later in the year. So if you are interested as a Jets or a Dolphins fan for that game, just let us know, and then we'll consider getting tickets for that.
Yeah, we only got one event this year. Let's make it 2, baby. Let's make it 2.
I know. We want to do more. All right, let's bring in the Patreon members. How about that?
Who we got?
Almost forgot about that.
How about
Lino in the house. Lino.
What's up,
first?
Lino?
Oh man,
Glenn's not here.
Man. Glenn's not here. You sure? I thought you seen him in the chat.
He's in the chat, but not in the Patreon.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if that close, I'm glad TD's here though. That's the man of the hour right there.
Huh. Here we go.
There we go. No, I was, giving you props. You know what I'm saying? I think I might go somewhere on Richie and these Jets. You know what I'm saying? Amping them up better than what they need to be.
Who said they're better than we need to be? What did I say?
Yo, you stay trying to amp up Garrett Wilson, which is cool, but I don't have a problem with that. But it's not going to translate to wins. That's the biggest problem with your franchise.
But I'm not saying it is, so don't make it seem like I am saying that.
He get 1,000 yards. Woohoo! You're still going to be 5 or 6 wins. Who cares? The main objective is to go to the playoffs. That's not happening with your quarterback. He ain't going to be throwing like how Aaron Rodgers was last year. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was actually slinging the ball out. I'm not going to see that from Fields.
Justin Fields was winning last year in small sample size.
He was 4-2. He's 4-2. Like what?
Should have been 5-1 if this defense got a stop for him on that drive against Dallas when he marched down the field in the fourth quarter to get a touchdown.
I mean, that defense did better than what the Jets were doing last year.
I'm just saying he should have been 5-1.
They still went to the playoffs with Russell Wilson. So I mean, like at the end of the day, like he wasn't that major of a factor if you really put it that way. Like, and y'all amp him up to be this. Going to be this breakout year. It's not going to be a breakout year. It's going to be the same.
We're not saying. I mean, I'm not predicting it. I never predicted any of this. I predict Garrett Wilson breakout, not Justin Fields.
You just said earlier, spoiler or prediction that he's going to rush for 1,000 or something like that, rushing yards.
Yeah, he's done it before, so why can't he do it again?
Because if you want, are you going to have him throw more or what? Like I'm confused. Like
his whole weaponry, his whole talent. The thing that makes Justin Fields actually a potential hit is his dual threat ability, his mobility. He's got to learn to throw the football in order to make it in this league.
Okay, but those haven't, alluded to him going to the playoffs. So, like, are you going to still go back to that well where he does the same thing but not gradually get better? He got to get better with throwing.
He's been getting better. If you look at his statistics since his last year in Chicago into Pittsburgh, he's been showing signs of improvement, and that's just based off numbers, based off stats. I'm not sitting here going to say he's going to break out and be a top 10 quarterback, but there is reasons. If you look at the metrics and the numbers, there is signs of improvement in his last 17 games as a starting quarterback.
He's not going to be a top 20 quarterback. Like
I think he will be a top 20 quarterback.
I doubt it.
I'm confident with that.
He'll be 24.
I'm doubted. I think
definitely. I'm not gonna. I would say top 20. Come with confidence for sure. I wouldn't say top 10 with confidence because that's getting delusional. I'm not saying that. Top 20 though, I think now you're just getting a little.
I think top 20 is delusional.
Top 20 delusional. All right, then Then you're not keeping up with what's going on.
I don't think he's not better than any quarterback in this division. Like that's not. Come on now.
What has Drake May done that he's like Drake May's on this miles better than Justin Fields?
Didn't Drake May go to the Pro Bowl? Didn't Drake May go to the Pro Bowl? I'm just saying.
As the 7th reserve, we're celebrating that.
I'm just saying.
Justin Fields is with 3 teams. What's he done? He's been a backup
Thank you.
the entire time. Like you trying to.
This is what I mean.
Drake May. At least Drake May's been a starter throughout his entire NFL career.
Richie has blindfolders on for this guy. He has blindfolders on. Like,
I have blindfolders on, guys, because I say he's gonna be top 20. Give me a break. Like, what are you talking about? You make it seem like I'm saying he'd be top 5.
No, he's not better than Drake May though. Then
he's not, in your opinion. Cool.
It's not my opinion. That's say it too. He's not a Pro Bowler.
Drake May has done nothing in this league yet. His 1 season. So I'm not ready to say that until this year.
He was a Pro Bowler.
You're really celebrating Pro Bowls, bro? Come on, bro. What are we doing here?
You do the same thing. You celebrate any minimum success of your individual players, and then when we do it,
he was the 7th alternative. That's why he made the Pro Bowl. It's because 6 quarterbacks above him said no. Bo Nix said no. They asked Bo Nix, and it's like, nah, I'm not interested. So they asked Drake May instead. Like, what are we doing here? We're celebrating Pro Bowls?
We'll take it. They didn't ask Justin Fields. I'll tell you that. In fact, they got Justin Fields asked to sit down because they prefer to beat up Russell Wilson.
I'm just saying.
Crazy.
And they wanted him back. And he decided not to go back.
They did.
You released Drake
I think
May.
Teams are going. I think they wanted him back because of the age. I think because of the age, they wanted him back, though.
So the Steelers wanted Fields back because he's 26?
Yeah.
Not because they liked what they saw and they wanted to build around him?
They want a small sample size, but I think he can do better with a veteran offensive coordinator than a new one. I mean, this is my, this is my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I'll take a veteran.
A good backup quarterback. Understandable.
I find it interesting that Justin Fields picked the New York Jets to try to save his career over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Because he's going to be a starter. I mean, he would have been battling out for in Pittsburgh as well, but I don't think. But it is funny.
He's putting the New York Jets organization in his shoes to be a starter in this league for the rest of his career, or if he stinks, a perennial backup. It's pretty interesting. I mean, to put it that way.
I've got the second option happening, but okay.
Fields sunk it up with a much better team. That's the difference between him and me.
That's what I think so too.
And he also I don't know. I mean, the stats he put up last year, I watched the film throughout his 6 starts with Pittsburgh. And I guess I just
4-2, bro. 4-2. Come on, man.
Did you watch any Steelers games, any snaps, any all what are you basing this off of, Lino?
Bro, I live in Pittsburgh. I live in Pittsburgh area. I know about what the Steelers do. I mean, come on, man. It's like saying Miami's gonna do anything this year. We all know they ain't.
Super Bowl, Lino. Stay with the Jets.
I think you're blind hating. If you call me delusional for thinking that Justin Fields will at least be top 20,
no. I ain't gonna say you're delusional on that one. If he top 10,
you said that before.
Yeah,
you said you're delusional if you think Fields is top 20. That's ridiculous.
I actually say he's gonna be in the top 20. I didn't think you were delusional for 20 though. I ain't gonna. I mean, I don't think there's 20 quarterbacks better than him.
And I think if he's 15, that's a plus. I don't think he's gonna be 15 though. But that would be 15, a plus.
15. If he's 15 and plus, then y'all gonna have a good season if he's 15 plus. If you ask me,
we'll see.
I mean, y'all be better than Miami. That's all I gotta say.
You think so? Jets are gonna win over the finish over the Dolphins.
Who do the Dolphins have in a secondary? Bunch of bums, scrubs. Storm Duck, Storm,
Zach
whatever
Wilson's
his name
eating
is.
him alive though.
Storm Duck.
Sound like a Pokemon.
Storm
Who
Duck.
the hell? Storm Duck. Come on now. Ain't stopping nobody. I don't see it.
Lino, listen. You're not showing up to the event because you know what's gonna happen in Buffalo. It's that simple.
I'm not sure.
You admit to the people.
You know what, TD? I'm gonna lose my job and risk it all. I'm gonna come up there just for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying?
Lose my
job.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna stand out front. You know what I mean? With a sign and everything.
I hear all this cap.
Can't wait.
It's all cap.
You lucky it's on a Thursday. If it was on a Sunday, it'd be a different story. Oh, you lucky, man. I was waiting all year, too. Come on, Dan. We need another Bills game. Why we got all these Jets games? We need Bills games, man. Come on.
What do you mean? We're going to Buffalo.
Nobody want to see the Jets play prime time. I mean,
Our only
nice to
event
have
this
more
year is in
buildings.
Buffalo, Lino. What are you complaining about?
It's only one. You got 3 or 4 games.
Well, the one thing about New York, even
That's
if we
the thing.
suck, we're great hosts. We're just not. We know how to party. We know how to throw down over here.
They are a
Okay,
loyal
yeah,
fan
but-
base. They're just delusional as all hell. That's all.
I ain't gonna lie. Miami's a fun place to be, though. I'm not gonna lie. They just don't have no good team there. They.
Y'all gonna learn this year, man. Everybody gonna learn.
Hey Dan, I wanted to ask you too, because I don't know why these guys are making such a big deal on Josh Allen throwing picks in preseason where they already know we own them half of the time. I mean, but Elijah Moore is actually showing pretty good signs, man, that he's gonna be looking pretty good in our offense, man. I don't know if you've seen any type of reports or what, but
it's funny
from the highlights I've been seeing.
It's funny you
And
mentioned
then Lino,
it.
Glenn came backstage. We do got to run to get Glenn in here.
So I'll answer his thing about Elijah real fast. So I have been watching clips, Lino, and it's funny that you mentioned that because that's exactly what I was watching. His route running looks absolutely clean. His speed is right there. And I'm glad that Josh Allen has been force feeding him, hence why he threw picks, because he's trying to establish his chemistry, right? He's trying to get on the same timing as him. He's going to open up a part of our offense that we didn't have last year. Really hoping that we can revive this man's career. But I think we could be honest with ourselves. Who were his quarterbacks his entire career? And look at who he's going to now. It's encouraging.
That's true. I'm thinking, I'm loving it, man. But I appreciate it, fellas. You know what I'm saying? As usual, go Bills. You know what I'm saying?
Go Bills.
Much love, Lino.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, Lino. You enjoy the rest of your night, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, man.
Peace.
Dolphins suck. All right.
Hell yeah.
No
Justin
lies
Fields hate, man. I love it. More Justin Fields hate from Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
What's up, Glenn?
Hey,
You're
Glenn.
live.
How you doing?
Good.
Glenn.
How you doing?
Glenn, the
Nah,
first thing
hey.
I want to ask you, somebody in the chat asked, how can we call in? Why don't you tell them how to call in?
How you call in?
Because you're our loyal caller. How do you get access?
Well, you pay for the membership, the monthly membership, and then they send you a Patreon. You get on and you come into StreamYard.
Exactly.
All you
So
have to do is pay
basically,
for the
you have to be an exclusive Patreon member, which Lino and Glenn are, our loyal Patreon members. And then through Patreon, we send them the link, and you click that link, and then you get to join on. So what's going on, Mr.
Hey,
Glenn?
Hey, I am glad to see you four here. This is the first time since before the draft that you four have been on.
That is true.
Wow,
That's
the third
villains.
time-
That's crazy.
Hey, and the third time this year you've been on together.
Really?
Oh, it's only the third time all four of you been on together this whole
All right,
year.
who's calling out? Who's
Oh, you
calling
mean
out?
off season? Or?
Well, Glenn, with that being said, I actually got to run.
Hey, hey, Richie.
Yo, no way.
Hey, Richie.
What's up?
Didn't last year? Now you've been saying, hey, all your players been in training camp and stuff, right?
Yeah, showing up.
And in OTAs. Didn't last year you said, oh, if you miss mandatory, it ain't that big of a deal. It's just 3 days practice. Who cares? Didn't you tell us all that?
Last year, you mean Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah. Didn't you say it was no big
What's
deal?
Egypt?
Hey, who cares?
Yeah,
Now
I mean,
you
it
changed
was.
your tune.
Well, that's the shift that's happening. We have people showing up. That's the whole difference.
Hey,
Aaron Rodgers is
that's
gone,
fine.
and now people are actually showing up for voluntary. And the thing about Rodgers, the reason why I didn't think that was a big deal is because he showed up to every single voluntary one, like every single one, and then he didn't show up for the mandatory one. He just had it backwards. Unfortunately, he had a trip planned.
Yeah. Hey, TD, is Miami, because you didn't talk about Miami.
TD actually
practices
left.
and
He
stuff.
actually had something come up with his family.
Oh, he did
So
lose.
he actually did leave.
Oh, he did leave.
Yeah, he wasn't
Sorry,
lying.
Zach.
Sorry, Sack.
Oh,
That's
I was
exactly
going
what
to
I'm
ask
saying.
him. What I was on asking was if Miami canceled their practice. I heard they might have canceled their practice tomorrow.
It's pretty common.
Which,
And so I think they're talking
Yeah,
about
but
canceling the
gee-
Bills tomorrow.
but here's the thing: if you're talking about canceling. If you're talking about a culture change and then you cancel your practice, how's that a culture change?
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
I mean, you
Yeah, I
would
feel like
say,
we're
hey, we're
banging
having a
on the door
culture
free.
change. We're getting everybody here.
Yeah.
See, they're talking about that culture change, and you could say it, but you can't unless you prove it. It's just hard to believe.
Yeah. And so are the
It's
reports
just
that we're
hard to
planning on
believe.
canceling?
But I'm glad. I don't keep you guys tonight that long. I just wanted to say, glad to see all four of you back. Hopefully you can get on. I know it's mostly TD thinks he has to leave every day.
Glenn, I'm glad that you're back, man. Thank you for being here.
Well,
No,
hey, man, listen.
And we'll talk to you next week. Or shit, we got God. Now we have what 6 weeks, 7 weeks until
We got to get creative, Glenn.
training camp.
We're gonna start
Hey,
breaking down
you
each
guys
position.
should-
Who's got the best quarterback?
Hey, y'all should do. Y'all don't do your quarterback or not your rank your rosters.
Positional
your-
ranking.
Yep.
Positional
After
Pringles.
minicamp, Glenn, that's when there's this giant nothingness. That's when we start
Yeah.
ranking the
It's
positions
the
and all
time
that,
when
like
we
we did
start.
last
Okay.
We're
week.
going to be
Ooh,
doing
this-
position
this
groups.
This is where it gets rough, man. Oh, this is where I lose my friends for a while.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
do.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll talk to y'all later. You guys
All
have
right,
a
Glenn,
good
much
night.
love.
All
Yeah.
right,
Thanks,
I love,
Glenn.
bro.
Thanks, Glenn. We appreciate that. Folks, you know what? So one thing I can promise you is that I will be on the AFC East Roundtable starting from now all the way until the end of the season. Like typically what I like to point out is that like we go hard like right here. So typically around the off season, sometimes we, like take some breaks every now and again so that we can make sure we're recharged and we can give you our best possible personalities. So that is crazy that all four of us haven't been available for a show for only 3 times this year. That's
crazy.
insane. But hey, you know what? I'm glad that we're all back. We're all riding. We're good to go.
2025 ain't over, Dan. And it's
And don't
not over
worry,
yet,
man.
baby.
You're going to see Dan Mitchell's face, baby. Dan Mitchell's face on this channel every single Wednesday evening. You heard it here first, but
I like that. That was hard, bro.
Wow. That was pretty
hard.
hard, man. And we're very fortunate that fourth and forever is a thing. I enjoy it every day. And we'll see what's to come. And just know, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. But I just want to let everybody know, Roundtable Sports, behind the scenes, when we're not live, we are working around the clock to really build something special. And it just started here. Like I'm telling a lot of people about Roundtable. We're bringing on a lot of people on the team that's never even heard of Roundtable Sports. And I'm telling them about it. And it's just funny whenever I don't want to say pitch or just tell the story of Roundtable Sports to somebody that never heard of it. It starts here. It starts with this show, the AFC East Roundtable. This is the birth of Roundtable Sports. So always hold on to that because that's why I have it over my head. That's why I have it on my wall. This is the birth of Roundtable Sports. And we're excited to see what's to come. And if you have been following along on social media and seeing all these little things, you get a little idea where we're headed. Maybe you see the vision. Maybe you see it or not. But with time, it'll all come together. So we appreciate you guys big time for all the love and support on all things we do across all platforms. And with that, we'll see you next week on the AFC East Roundtable. Colby, anything you want to say to the peeps before we wrap it up?
Hey, man, if you're a Patriots fan or you're not a Patriots fan, because don't just keep your friends close, keep those enemies close. Keep them actually closer than your friends, man. Make sure you guys follow Patriots Roundtable on Twitter, Instagram. We are launching exclusive content, keeping you in touch with everything happening with the New England Patriots in the AFC East.
folks, you know what? Roundtable Sports, real coverage from real fans. Thank you so much, dude. Dude, that's been the tagline, fool. Why are you laughing?
It's the delivery that gets me.
Like
It's great.
You said it like an infomercial. Real coverage, real fans.
Yeah, it's more the delivery than the actual.
Real coverage from real fans.
Come on in to Roundtable Sport. Oh, man, I can go deeper in the Hennessy with a $2 super chat. The 11% Patriots fan delusion this year.
That's coming from a Jets fan. Is that supposed to mean anything, Hennessy? Come
Hey,
on,
you know
now.
what?
We want the goal for you,
on,
Patriots
Hennessy,
Global,
that's
Mr.
wild.
Colby, is to get that 11% Patriots fans up in the 20s consistently or something.
Me
Yo,
Patriots
Loki, I
Global,
think
not
we can
gonna
get them up
lie.
into the 20s.
Not gonna let
And
this something to me.
I must say that Bills fans have dominated this show for, I'd say, about a year now. And
It's
for a
happening when you
while,
win divisions. I mean,
yeah,
We're in double
yeah.
digits now, baby. So you wait.
Oh yeah, I'd say it's definitely been dominated by Bills fans. Shout out to
shout
Bills
out
Mafia
to the
in
Jets,
chat.
not the Jets Nation. We're always, and the way the poll is where the division has ended the last 2 years. Bills are always in first, Dolphins are always second in the poll, Jets are always third, and the Patriots are fourth in the poll. And that's basically what happened the last 2 years.
Yeah, but you know what? 2 years isn't a
It's
trend
shit.
yet. 2 years isn't a trend yet. We got to switch the narrative.
All right, folks. See ya. Enjoy your night.